I'm just going to come out and say it. I think every time you do the intro, it's kind of shitty.
I love when I do the intro.
Of course you do.
So I'm going to do it again and I'm going to prove you wrong. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Goons in a Room. It's your two boys, your two hosts, Mr. Ghost, aka CK.
What's good?
And Elijah. How y'all doing? So today we're coming at you guys with episode number 9. We're that much closer to hitting the double digits, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you, but I am fucking excited.
It is week 10 of Goons. We just, there is the lost episode.
Yeah, the one that you guys will never see. But week 10 not gonna be as special as episode 10. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Episode 10, I think I might actually step up and plan something for that episode.
Yeah.
We'll have to see though.
We were just talking about it, and you did not bring anything to the table again.
Never do. It's not my job description.
Well, let's talk about that. I have a topic because I do come prepared, because I am the producer. But what is your job description? What do you do? Because you don't even have a beat prepared for the end of this episode.
I bring my personality. I don't know what more you want from me.
So that's like a 10% amount, right?
I'm giving you all I got every episode, except for the episodes where I don't, where I'm very sad. But this episode, you set a standard for me, okay? And that standard is I show up, I react in the funniest, haha, clown way possible. You put the show together, the whole world works. That's what I've been used to. But since episode 10 is going to be such a huge landmark, such a happy time for all of us here at Goons in a Room, I figure, might as well do a little something special for one time offer, and then I'm going back into the shadows, and you'll never hear from me again. In terms of coming up with ideas.
Well, do you do anything? You don't have anything interesting you can talk about?
I work and I sleep. I'll be real. And I might have accidentally discovered the key to being happy yesterday. I think I got it all figured out.
Is it the same key? Is it like the same path to Nirvana that I discovered and just basically gave you the keys back to?
I don't know because I don't remember you ever telling me anything.
Well, we even discussed, we haven't really discussed our beliefs in terms of spirituality on the channel that well.
Yeah, because I have none.
So you have no beliefs. You have no morals.
Beliefs and morals, I think, are two different things.
So you have no. Do you have no?
In terms of morality, in terms of morality, I'm a very straightforward person. I treat people how I want to be treated. The same thing I feel like all of us kind of learned in kindergarten or elementary school. That basic principle. Outside of that, whatever. I sit there and I'll think to myself before I do something involving someone else, and I go, would I appreciate someone doing this to me? If the answer is no, I don't do it. If the answer is yes, I'll do it if I want to. That's it.
So you do what you want respectfully.
Absolutely, 100%. Because fuck it, man. Who's gonna tell me what to do? No one, except for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with I'm gonna do what I want, but I understand that sometimes to get what I want, I have to do what someone else wants.
Right. And then in terms of just how I treat other people in my life, whether I like you or not, I'm not going to do anything that I personally wouldn't want done to me. Why not just run up to somebody and fucking stab them in the hip? I don't do that because I think to myself, would I like getting stabbed in the hip? The answer is no, I don't do it.
I don't think that applies to everything, but it's a pretty good way to rationally think, I would say. Just, I don't want to get shot, so I'm not going to shoot someone.
Right. It's very simple. It's very straight. I'm not a complicated person, dude. I'm really not. I'm very, very simple.
And I think it even goes the other way. I would like it if, let's say something as simple as holding the door open. It's not even required, but it's nice to not get slapped in the face with a double door sometimes.
Right. It's very simple.
So
I don't think shit like morality or how you treat people should be overcomplicated, because once you start making I don't even know what the word I'm looking once you start making innocuous rules, you start kind of jumbling up the idea of what it means to be a good person, which already in and of itself is a really complex and confusing idea of what it means to be a good person.
Do you think maybe it's
So,
percentage based? So like you weigh all your actions and you have a higher percentage of beneficial. The word is eluding me. Let's say you have more good actions than bad actions. Would that be make you a good person, or do you think it's more in terms of like you can only be a good person if you're 100% good all the time?
you see, that's where it starts getting complicated, man. I feel like if maybe I would probably lean more toward the first one because no one's perfect. Whether you mean to or not, you're eventually going to step on somebody's toes or you're going to fuck up and you're going to do something that would be seen as immoral, whether you mean to or not, you know? So I would probably see it more as percentage based, but even then, I wouldn't be like, oh, as long as you do 51% good and only 49% bad, then you're okay.
So it's more like schools where you have to be at least above a 70% to be in that passing area.
I would say as long as you do your best to try to make every decision and act upon every decision with the best intentions, then you're a good person. And that's all I've ever tried to do is I go into every situation with good intentions. And I think that's all you could really ever ask out of somebody. Yeah, just as long as if you can acknowledge how other people would react to a certain situation, which doesn't take a lot of thought or care, and you go into that situation and you make a decision thinking, A, how this can benefit me, but also how this could either benefit or at the very minimum not negatively affect other people. That's all that needs to be done.
But some people fucking deserve it though, right?
Depends. It really depends.
Well, I mean, that's a simple question. Would you agree that there are some people out there who just fucking deserve the hell they get? Can you be a good person and still be hateful to this said individual?
Yes, but only to a certain degree. That's the only reason I was hesitating.
What's the degree then? Like, should I stop at stabbing, or are there certain things I shouldn't say that are too far? Like, what is the limit? Is it case by case? And who determines it?
I think it's very case by case, and I think that's completely up to your jurisdiction. Because there is a point where like you cross into petty territory. Like, oh, someone stepped on the back of my shoe, so I should turn around and smack the shit out of them.
Okay, but that'd be really funny.
Oh yeah, that person deserved it because they stepped on my shoe. But that argument could be made. I don't agree with it. You could make that argument. So like, you know, you cross a certain threshold where you kind of step into being a petty asshole. But, you know, I think if it takes really extreme situations for me to react in a certain type of way. Like, if someone hurt someone I care about, then I'd be like, yeah, for sure. Like, whatever I end up doing to them, hopefully it's not too far. They deserve it. But I think that all depends on how you perceive things. Me personally, I think that me reacting to someone or me reacting to something that someone did to me, completely unnecessary. Because at the end of the day, I know I can get over it. I'll be fine. But if it's done to someone within my circle, that's where I feel like I need to take action. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Yeah, I try my best to be a very laid back person. But damn, we got completely off topic. What was the whole thing you were talking about earlier about like handing me the keys to Nirvana or something? Because I don't remember you telling me anything about that.
No, I just meant that you got high and then you started thinking.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, getting high had a lot to do with it, but like, yeah, no, I figured out how to be a happier person. I think
it's crazy what heroin will do for you, dude.
Dude, just fucking slap that shit right into my arm. But no, for real.
Did you use a turkey baster, right? You use that technique I taught you, where you just take a turkey baster and you just like fucking jam it in there as hard as you can.
Sure did, but no, man. Literally, I feel like the whole, like, just what a lot of people miss out on when, you know, they're upset. And it's understandable because, like, when you're going through a lot, it's really hard. It's really easy to overlook this type of shit. But, like, oh my God, now I realize this sounds super cliche because, like, I kind of dumbed it down in my head. But dumbing it down, more or less, if you just take the time to appreciate the smallest fucking things that you can take enjoyment and pleasure out of, it leads to being a happier person. Because, like, I was thinking to myself last night, and I was like, I'm really miserable. However, I really enjoy things like long showers and orange chicken from Panda Express. Damn, I love those things. And then the next day, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a nice long shower. I'm going to wake up early, take a nice long shower. I'm going to go to Panda Express, and I'm going to get me a double order of orange chicken with the chow mein. And I had a beautiful day before I came into work, and I felt great.
I can relate to that. Okay. How hot do you take your showers? Just out of curiosity.
Slightly above the middle between hot and cold. So slightly hotter than the middle, but not all the way hot.
How hot do you think I take my showers?
Blazing, boiling hot.
Yes, sir. Like when I was living with my dad, he would turn the hot water heater up to about 200 degrees, which is really hot. And it was because there was a lot of people using the hot water, so we had to make it last a little longer, heat up a little faster, right? Mm-hmm. I would intentionally be the first one to shower on most days just because I shower early, and I would just turn the hot water on, let it run for just a couple seconds so it got hot, and I would not turn on any cold water. I would just stand under there, and I would sit until it got about like medium hot, and I was like, okay, it's getting cold now, I gotta get out.
Yeah, I can't do that, dude. I cannot do that.
And you know what? I genuinely think my alopecia has somehow, some way just ruined my nerve endings on my skin because I just have a lower sensitivity to everything.
That might be a thing.
I'm more sensitive to stuff like chemicals, but when it comes to like the sensation of touch, I'm a lot less sensitive.
Yeah, that might be a thing. I can't do really hot showers only because like I have curly and my hair frizzes really easily, so like eventually I do have to turn the water cold so I can wash my hair. So I have to be more used to cold water as well.
Nah, I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't take a cold shower. I fucking have to. Otherwise, every day you see me at work, my hair would be fucking frizzed. Can you just get an afro?
Like a maniac. No.
That would make me so happy.
There was one moment in my life where I had an afro, and I will never return to it.
You need to get like a really big afro.
And I won't. I just won't. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but fuck that. Sorry about it, man. I hate to disappoint anybody out there listening, and even you, CK, but...
See, speaking of really big things...
Oh, boy.
My dog. My poor little dog. I swear, every like 3 months, there's a new dilemma with this dude, and usually it's his fault. And I feel like somehow, some way, this is his fault too, but I couldn't tell you how.
We'll figure it out.
He was shivering and he wasn't acting right, and we work overnight, so we discovered him acting weird on our lunch break. So we couldn't do anything about it immediately because it was 2:00 in the morning, right? But we took him to the vet the following day, and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the rundown. It's a little gross, but you can handle it. We've talked about worse. His shit is a little liquidy. It seems like he's in a lot of pain, like he doesn't want to poop. And he won't jump, he won't run or do anything that puts a lot of pressure on his backside. Like his asshole hurts, essentially. So we take him in and we tell him all that, and they say, okay, we'll check him out. For the most part, he's a very healthy little dog. He weighs 14 pounds. Pretty heavy wiener dog. He's really dense. He has an enlarged prostate. Like, the shit is so swollen that his shit can only come out semi-solid to liquid form.
God damn it, dude. Fuck.
So, he is on a 10-day antibiotic. We're on, like, day 5 now. And in about a week, he will be losing his balls because getting him neutered will swell down that prostate because his hormones won't be going crazy. And I was kind of hesitant, but we're not going to use him for puppies. We're not going to sell him and like use him as a breeding dog. So we'll get him fixed so he's healthy and doesn't get cancer later.
And that's always good. He's a good boy, man. He doesn't deserve this.
No, but it is going to cost me $500.
And that fucking sucks.
Well, we have the money saved up for our vacation, so our vacation will be a little crappier, but it doesn't really matter to me. We've already spent so much money on him to save his life multiple times.
As long as the boy comes out healthy and happy, I'm okay.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
That's all that matters to me. He's my important little man. He's actually in my lap as we record this right now. He's finally stopped shivering because it hurts him so bad he shivers, and I don't want to give him, like, they have dog level aspirin, but I don't want to give him something that would counteract or mess him up more.
Right.
Because I feel like if that would have helped him, the vet would have said, you can take this, or, they even given us some while we were there.
Right, yeah. Because,
maybe we will call them and ask, though. Maybe that's not necessarily a bad idea. I'm watching my cat play. She likes to chase imaginary bugs around the house whenever she gets into the catnip.
All right. So where do we go from here, huh? Because this is the one topic you came prepared with. Talking shit earlier. What do we do now, huh? Boss man?
Hey, you're supposed to be the one who talks. I'm just the idea man.
Oh, look how the roles fucking reverse. What does Elijah do? All right, so I'm going to look around my room, and I'm just going to pick something, and I'm going to fucking talk about it.
So I can rehash a topic that we pretty much turn to every time we don't have any topics, and it's going to be about myself, because I just love talking about myself.
Oh, don't we know it?
See, and I feel like that would be warranted coming from anyone but you, because I honestly feel like you're the reincarnation of narcissists. Like, there's going to be a fucking... What is Elijah Blewett to himself?
I could write a book on that. Best believe.
Yeah, you are very full of yourself. You are the most depressed person I've ever met who is full of themselves.
It's pain. It's suffering every day. It doesn't make any sense to me either, believe me.
But I'm not editing this today because I am a gamer.
Sounds about right.
Well, we're going to do this, and then we have our very first not Let's Play video we're going to shoot after this, which is going to be super exciting.
You guys are going to have fun with it, I think. If it's the video I think it is, I think it's going to be a good time.
Yes, sir. So, as soon as we are done shooting that video, I am going to be streaming. And I figured I'm going to play Apex until I can't fucking stand it anymore. And then we're going to play some Binding of Isaac.
Damn, this early in the morning?
Well, you got to think. We're only about 20 minutes in. I don't know how the fuck we're going to make it in an hour.
We're going to fucking do it. We've had worse episodes than this, believe you me. Fuck it. We're going to figure this shit out.
Yeah, I know I keep talking about how I'm trying to stream every day. That shit actually is in full effect. And I'm literally just going to be playing whatever random bullshit I feel like. So I'll post the good clips to my YouTube channel. And then, of course, if I'm doing like a full Let's Play of something, like I say Let's Play very loosely, that will go on there. Like my entire Fallout 4 Melee only run is on my channel. That was a lot of fun, actually. Have you ever played Fallout 4?
No. Last one I played was 3, and I really enjoyed it. And then I just never kept going, I guess.
You didn't play New Vegas either?
Oh, shit. I forgot I got into Fallout late, so I didn't know which came first between New Vegas and 3. I did play New Vegas, and I really fucking liked it.
Yeah, they're both really good. I like Fallout 3, and a lot of people look at me weird when I say that. Fallout 4 is fun. I think some of the design changes and overall the quality of the content kind of... Oops, my alarm just went off. That was my alarm to start working on Goons.
Oh, fuck me. Looks like we're ahead of schedule, baby.
Yeah, I have an alarm set for 8 a.m. I usually come home and chill for an hour.
As you should, dude. We all deserve a little break. We all deserve a little rest and relaxation.
Oh, right. I'm going to readjust my wiener right here on the microphone.
Oh, my fucking God. Put some pants... Please, like, underwear.
Oh, no, I'm fully clothed. I was joking about being naked.
Okay, because I'll be real with you. This entire time, I had pictured you speaking in the microphone buck naked. And I was like, I hate it here. I don't want to be here.
That's kind of funny. So you're just sitting there imagining. Do I look like Mr. Krabs out of his shell in your mind? Is that what I look like?
I didn't think about it, but yes.
So I just look like this, like the blob that ate everything, just sitting in a gamer chair.
Yes. And I hate saying, I hate that comparison too, because I literally, the only other time someone has compared themselves to being Mr. Krabs out of their shell was my girlfriend back in like December. And I was like, fucking no, like that's not accurate at all. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, damn, that image I had in my head of CK being naked was very accurate. That comparison was spot fucking on. And now my stomach hurts.
I know I should be insulted. I know I should, but that's kind of funny.
I didn't mean it as an insult. Like, I'm sure you're a good-looking man. I just don't like naked men. Something about naked men doesn't sit right with me.
Hey, I can totally understand that. That is a shared sentiment, my dude. That is a shared. Oh no, thanks.
Seeing men naked makes me frustrated, genuinely.
Sexually frustrated?
Yeah, you're a bitch. And the fact that I didn't see that joke coming makes me even angrier.
Hey, get mad. Give in to the hate, dude.
Fucking hate you. So, streaming after all the filming, be sure to check us out or check CK out at twitch.tv/ghost.
Oh, but I have to set up my camera and my other computer. Maybe I'll just play Isaac today because I'm kind of lazy.
Fair enough. I'm sure we have the link in the bio, though, right? I never checked for the Twitch link, but I'm sure it's there.
I have it there. I actually have all our Twitters on there now, too. I adjusted that.
Yes, sir! Let's go. We're out here doing business.
So are you actually going to chill in the stream or not? Are you going to be a real friend, or are you going to go to sleep? I know it's your off day, right?
Yeah, I might sleep, but who knows? I feel good, so that might change. I don't know, dude. Listen, since we were talking about how people or how me and you choose to make decisions, I'm a very impulsive person. I take a solid 5 seconds to think about things and figure out whether or not I'd be hurting anybody, and then I just do it. I'm very impulsive. I don't like to think too much, so.
I can be impulsive, but I typically tend to rely on logic, and I have to think things out a lot before I choose to do it. Like, not to say I'm indecisive, but I weigh my options very heavily.
Life is too short to do too much thinking, in my opinion, dude. It's like, if you want to do it and it's not gonna fucking hurt anybody, just do the shit, man.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, hurting somebody is more, like, not hurting someone is more important than doing the action. And that's, like, where the heavy weighing comes in. I gotta think, yes, do I want to do this? But do I want to do this more than I don't want to hurt this person?
Well, if it hurts anybody, then I just don't do it.
But it's like, some things can be hurtful just out of pure... Just because that's how it is. Like, you know, if you get a pet, like, if you get like an ant farm, right, there's a chance that you hurt someone by getting bit by an ant. Like, it's just the inherent danger of doing the task, even if it doesn't actually hurt anyone. It's just a matter of, like, you know, it could be, if it's emotional, different people are sensitive at different levels, so you never know what could or couldn't hurt someone.
And to that point, I say, I will talk to the people that I think might be affected. And that's the most thinking I do about it. I don't think about it personally because, like, you know, the fuck do I know about, you know, other people's thresholds for emotional or whatever type of fucking pain or trauma they might go through. So I'll talk about it to whoever. I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? If they're okay with it, I just fucking do it. If they're not okay with it, I don't do it. Like, whatever. I don't care.
And
so
then,
yeah.
And so
if by impulse I decide to go to sleep, I will do so. That was the
that was a long
shit
con.
That I was trying to.
So we just went through that whole cycle for
it was a whole roundabout and jumping through hoops just to say, if I decide to go to sleep, that's what I'm doing. You know me, man. I can never take the easy way out. I like to make things challenging for myself.
So, what's it gonna take to get you to play some fucking video games with me?
That's a solid question.
Because I don't have any friends to play video games with. And I can play video games with my girlfriend, but I can only really play 2 video games with her. And she has yet to be a high enough level to do it in the second one.
I'm thinking, okay, here's the sitch.
Uh-huh.
When I have my days off and after I go to sleep, that's when I'm most likely to play any sort of video games. On a work day, I probably won't do it. Like today, probably not going to do it because I'm feeling the effects of being on my feet all fucking day. However, when I wake up later, then I'll be down.
Yeah,
or
but I'll
tomorrow,
be asleep then.
Or tomorrow, because for whatever fucking reason, whenever I have my days off, I'll always end up accidentally falling asleep early, and then I'll wake up at like 5 in the fucking morning and be up the rest of the day. I don't know why it happens. It pisses me off, quite frankly, because I feel like I'm wasting my first day off doing nothing but sleeping. But
I have the exact opposite effect. I will stay up like for over 24 hours when I start my off day.
I wish I could do that. I'm sleepy constantly. I think it has something to do with depression, but I don't know.
That's weird because when I'm depressed, I just can't sleep. I'm up all the time. I get like an hour of sleep every day.
I just can't see myself doing that, man. Especially like when I'm doing badly mentally. Fuck me. I honestly I can never imagine doing anything outside of sleeping. Like I find it so difficult to leave my bed.
It's almost like for me, I genuinely dislike sleeping, and I know that sounds really weird. In my head, I'm like, that's a whole lot of time I could spend doing literally anything else. So I if they, roll out this miracle drug that says never sleep again with no side effects, I would take that because I don't care. I don't need to sleep.
I would do the same thing in the right situation. When I'm sad, all I want to do is sleep because nothing motivates me. But when I'm in a really good mood, I'm like, you know what? I could do some things. I could do without sleep. I could do a couple things. Why not?
Yeah, I usually, I'm really bad about neglecting my sleep. And I know it's going to catch up to me one day. But you know what? I'm living right now, and I don't care if I die at the age of 36.
Dude, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm joking.
Nah, I'm ready to pass away. Like, I'm not suicidal or anything, but fuck, man. Like, I'm ready to wrap this shit the fuck up. You feel me?
No, I don't feel you.
Like, let's get this show on the road. Like, what more do I have to do? I'm ready. Let's go. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I want to live. Damn it.
See, I just don't get it. I don't understand you.
Yeah, I am the most cynical person you know, and I exude, hatred and disdain for everything. I want to live, dude.
Fuck all that shit, dude. Fuck that. Just, honestly, I'll be real with you. Again, not suicidal. Let me make that abundantly clear. However, if I happen to get hit by a bus, and let's say hypothetically there was an afterlife and I knew that I died, I don't think I'd be salty about it. I'd be like, you know what? That's all right. I'm cool with that.
These things happen from time to time.
Oh, well. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be like, God, please give me another chance. I'd be like, nah. It was bound to happen eventually. I'm glad we got it out the way.
Well, in that situation, there is an afterlife. So, theoretically, if I made it to the afterlife and I'm like, so, what can I do here? I don't think I'd be too upset if there was things to do up there.
Right. I've always pictured the afterlife being really fucking boring, though, dude.
Me too. That's why I'm, not in a rush to get there.
Well, I mean, I don't really believe in an afterlife, so it doesn't really bother me. But, the idea of, having to be conscious for eternity, whether it's heaven or hell, you just have to, mentally be there forever now. I don't like it. I like the idea of when I'm dead, I don't have to think or be aware or be conscious anymore. I think that's really comforting. Like, that's when I can finally rest. You know what I mean? Because I'll be real, dude. Just like, I feel like I'm going to sound like really sad on this episode, but like I'm not, you know. I want to clarify, I'm fine. But like, just being alive and like conscious and like thinking as it stands, at least now, like for the past 22 years I've been doing it, it's a chore, dude. It's a fucking chore every fucking day. It's like, god damn, you know. I could use a break is all I'm saying. I could use a fucking break.
Go huff some paint. You know, if you go into a coma, I think you'll get a break.
You see, that's the thing. I don't even know how people are in comas. Do you dream while you're in a coma? Because dreaming, just as stressful. I'll be real with you. I don't want anything. I want blank, gone, nothing. That's what I want.
I don't know that it's the same for all comas.
That's.
I think maybe there's some comas where you're still aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, as far as I know, because like I've never talked to anybody who's been in a coma before. I think that'd be a really fun interview to do one day on the show. It's just to get someone off the street who's been in a coma before, so we can get their take and experiences on it. But from the people I've talked to that have at least like been knocked out before, like, you know, whether it be from a fight or like they got into a wreck or something and they just got knocked out, you're still very conscious and aware. You just can't move. You know what I mean? And that's not what I want. I don't want that at all. That sounds like it sucks.
I've always said that if I go blind or I lose the ability to move my, like, if I lose my hands, I would not have much to live for, because that would take away my ability to do anything that I enjoy.
That's fair. I think that's a fair point.
Like my eyes, if I go blind, that's it for me, honestly.
Yeah, I feel you though. I don't necessarily feel the same when it comes to blindness, but like I feel like if I went deaf, I'd be
I mean, if I went deaf, I'd be really sad too. But I could still feel.
Would be the worst. I would hate it so much. Because I really like, outside of just music, I really enjoy sounds in general. Like, I really like the way it sounds when my girlfriend says my name. I love it. It's fucking beautiful. I love birds chirping. I kind of like the sound of traffic. I like the sound of lawnmowers. I love sounds. Sounds just tickle my autistic brain.
When I said if I lost sight, that would be it. That's just because that's how I enjoy a lot of things. Like video games, I couldn't ever play a video game again.
Right,
but,
and I'm saying I disagree because, like, you know.
Well, no, for me, if I lost hearing, I would be in the same boat. It's just not the first thing I think of, because sound design and the way I live, like using sound would be like it would be a very empty existence. Like I wouldn't trade sound or sight. Like I wouldn't want to lose either of them.
So, but if you had to pick, though,
I couldn't.
But if you had to, like, it's an absolute must. Like,
if I lost the sense of
everything you know and love will be fucking erased from existence if you don't pick.
Okay, so if that's the case, I could still feel the vibrations. I could still feel sound. I just wouldn't be able to hear it. So I would have to go with keeping my sense of sight.
Okay, and that's where me and you differ. I could lose my sight and I'd be fine. Because a lot of cool guys are blind. Ray Charles was blind. Stevie Wonder, I think, is still alive and blind, to my knowledge.
He is still blind.
And alive, yes?
Mm.
I think so. No one said that he's died, so I have a hard time believing that he's dead. Yeah, and I'd be cool with that. I'd like to be in the same boat. Well, I wouldn't like to be, but I'd be okay with being in the same boat as a...
Maybe that's just what you need to blow up, dude.
Dude, could you imagine being a blind rapper / producer / or not rapper? I'm a singer now. You know,
okay,
it'd be so kind of like being like Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder.
Here's the move. You're gonna write a single after you finish your classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna pour some acid into your eyeballs.
Perfect. Okay. You see, for a second, I was afraid that you were gonna ask me to pretend to be blind, and I couldn't do that.
No, we don't pretend here. We go straight for we don't practical effects.
It would be much easier just to be actually blind than act like I'm blind. It would be so much easier for me.
We could compromise with sclera contacts that block out all vision.
I'd be okay with that as well. Why not?
That way you could still see in your private life. You just have to be conscious that if paparazzi catch you, you have to be blind.
Oh, fuck. I now you're bringing me back on just actually blind. I think that'd be so much
See,
easier.
as soon as you mention that extra level of stress, everything falls apart for you.
I don't like stress. I don't think anyone likes stress, but I especially can't handle stress very well. I'm very bad at handling stress. My brain goes all fucky wucky.
So, here's an idea I want to talk about because I sent you a message about it and you just went, huh? So, I'm thinking about the Suicide Squad and how I really didn't like that first movie.
I don't think anybody did.
And I still watched it, and I could appreciate the they attempted it, but I like the Suicide Squad in the comic books. Not really I didn't like what I saw on the screen.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad as a concept is really cool, and it should have done very well as a movie. It just was so bad and poorly edited, and everyone's performances except for Will Smith and the one guy who played the fire guy, those were like the only two performances that were good.
Margot Robbie's decent, I would say. She's not my favorite Harley by any means, but
you know what? Her performance was fine. They just gave her some dog shit dialogue to work with. Like, dude, just thinking about it makes me cringe. Like,
and you guys know how we feel about Jared Leto Joker.
Jared Leto Joker's the best Joker. But that fucking line that they gave her to the fucking samurai lady, where she was like, "I love your perfume. What's that? The stench of death?" I literally when I saw that in theaters with my older sister, I heard the audience collectively groan. That's how fucking bad it was. They leave that little bit of silence at the end of the line, so the audience can laugh and not miss anything. Everyone just was like, ugh. What was that?
Oh, man. Anyhow, I thought it would be funny to maybe even do a running series on the channel where we have the Genocide Squad. And it's just a bunch of different dictators across time.
Oh, fuck me.
Who are forced to actually solve world problems with their quirky personalities and unique powers.
You know what? I'm on board with the idea. Are we using actual dictators from actual history?
Yes.
So are you going to be Hitler?
No, I was thinking Michael could play Hitler, but I was thinking...
Oh, boy.
Just, I don't want to do anything. It's in poor taste just to begin with, because these are real people who did very awful things, right?
Yep.
But it's history, so we can't erase it. And making fun of it is just, I think anything is funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's offensive unless we try to paint Hitler or any of these dictators in any sort of positive light.
Well, that's the thing is I wanted to make it very, very funny. I don't necessarily want to lean into their shortcomings too much. It's going to be a very difficult rope to walk on, but I figured a funny way to deal with Hitler, because no one wants to look at Hitler, right? No one wants to see that imagery, and even I don't want to, but I thought it would be really funny if you only ever saw his silhouette.
That could be pretty funny. But I don't think it'd be a terrible idea to lean into their shortcomings. Or whenever they do have any sort of positive or touching moments, we paint it in such a ridiculous way. You know what I mean? If there's if we ever have that TV sitcom moment in this fucking series or whatever type of shit we try to go for with this, we paint it let's say two of the dictators have a really touching emotional moment. We paint it in such a ridiculous way, they're bonding over how shitty people they are. I think that's fine. As long as we don't try to justify anything that they've done, why the fuck not? You know what I mean?
The idea is to just look at. It's like we've collected the most vile, powerful people across history, and now they have to save Grandma from a house fire.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. As like if we had that as the intro where we're explicitly like, these are terrible human beings. Watch them fucking do whatever and antics ensue. Whatever. I think that's cool. I think that'd be a really funny idea.
I think it'd be really funny to have one of the episodes just be them having to go to like some covert operations or some shit, and they're just in full like of their era uniforms. So everyone's wearing something different, and it doesn't blend in at all with what they're wearing, and they just like change hats to look like the one they're of the people they're supposed to be pretending to be.
I think I want to be, because this entire time since you've mentioned it, I've been thinking about
which dictator you want to be.
I'm thinking
you can be Pol Pot.
I was actually thinking Pol Pot. I was actually looking him up to see how similar I look to him. He's Asian, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I could go for that. I was thinking, because like as soon as I saw him, I was like, I could probably do Pol Pot, but I was thinking worst case scenario, I just go for one of the fucking 3 dictators in North Korea that we've seen so far.
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong was a name that came up. I haven't looked him up yet.
He's the Chinese dictator. It's like the Great Leap Forward and all that shit. And that's what made me think about it, is because I'm very fascinated with history, especially dictator history, because those people are fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's like how these people get into power is so fucking fascinating.
But yeah, that'd actually be a really good idea, because now I'm thinking about it, like if we research well enough, I feel like we could do a lot of character humor.
Like it'd be no different than an epic rap battle.
Yeah, except less cringy, I hope. Nothing against anybody who likes epic rap battle, just know that you're kind of a cringe kid.
They're well written, but they are cringy.
Yeah, but like I think there could be a lot of
territory.
potential. There'd be a lot of potential for character humor. Like, I would love to see how these different characters would interact with each other. How these psychopaths would interact and most likely come to hate each other. I think it'd be brilliant.
We'd have to kill off a couple of them just because, we got to lean into that Suicide Squad parody.
Right.
Like, we can definitely kill off Hitler. I'm okay with that. That would be the best way to send him off. Like, kill him off in the first episode.
Yeah. Probably.
Like, because honestly, the other ones are a little less known, so we'll offend less people, but that's like Hitler's at the end of the day.
Big one, dude. Hitler's a fucking biggin.
Yeah, so definitely we can have him go out the same way.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll make it funny.
It's gonna be very difficult to ride around him, but yeah, I think we'll figure it out.
Well, like we're gonna use him for a gag. Maybe we'll do the basic rule of 3 gag, and then Michael can play someone else, because we don't want him to be known as the guy who played Hitler. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a terrible career to have, and I would hate to put him in that position.
Oh man, if he ever loses a bet, I'm making him put that in his Twitter bio for a day.
Played Hitler.
Check out my IMDb. I once played Hitler in a movie. In a series of movies. We definitely have to always put him in the credits as Hitler, even in like season 8, when we're not even writing the show anymore. It's the only thing we have any creative control over. And we do it just to spite him.
Michael as Hitler.
Do you think I'm a bad person, Elijah?
I feel like I don't know you well enough yet. From what I know, you seem like a good person, but we haven't even known each other for a year yet, you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like you've gotten your first impression. I'm very honest with you, and I hope that comes across.
Yeah. I see
like
a lot of good qualities in you, for sure.
Like almost like uncomfortably honest, I would say.
I see a lot of good and well-meaning qualities in you. Again, though, I just don't know you well enough yet.
Okay, let's continue talking about me because I love me.
I'm trying to think.
What are some bad qualities about me? I'm curious. Like, you can put me on full blast.
It's not necessarily a bad quality, but it can come off as one.
Just hit me with it.
You have a complete lack of a filter. And I respect it, and I don't personally see it as a bad thing, but there's people who I feel like don't appreciate brutal honesty. And I hate that term or phrase, brutal honesty. It sounds so fucking corny. People use it as an excuse to keep being shitty. But you are actually the definition of like brutal honesty. Like, not even using it as an excuse. You wouldn't use it as an excuse, but that's how you are. You are very blunt with people. And I don't see it as a bad thing, but I know that there are people who would see it as such. It's whatever.
I mean, if you hated it, if you absolutely hated it, and you told me that like, I'm so abrasive sometimes that you can't stand me, I would understand.
Yeah, again, like, I don't see it that way. I really don't.
But I wouldn't change. That's the honest part about it.
Right.
So you're specifically referring to like how we have two different relationship dynamics?
Yes. Honestly, I again, like, I don't know you well enough, and I don't know Bailey well enough, and I especially don't know your guys' relationship together well enough. But if I sat and I thought about it, I could be like, yeah, I could see why him being very blunt could be an issue. I could see it. Because that's my only context for who you interact with outside of me. Because I can't use how you interact with me as, like, you know, what I would think could be negative qualities. Because, again, we haven't interacted nearly enough yet. But I could use Bailey and I could think, how would this affect her? Or what would she think about this? Or how would this affect their dynamic? You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like I talk to you almost identically to the way I talk to her. Just that's the thing with me is I don't change my behavior patterns around people unless we're specifically talking about like at work, or I'm not gonna unleash a slurry of sailor words in front of my manager. That's just not something I do.
Right. It all comes with time for me. Like, literally, it takes me a while to get used to how somebody is. And to fully, like, because I feel like personality traits, while it's really easy to just give somebody a trait and be like, oh, you're like this, traits like that also vary in, like, degrees, like, to what extremes, you know? And I'm still trying to feel out, okay, where's the line that he draws here? How far is he willing to go with this or that, you know? Still feeling that out. We're in the feeling out process of our friendship, I think.
Right. You're still trying to figure out whether I'll actually say the N-word.
I'm ready for it too, dude.
You're ready to bail as soon as it happens?
Oh, booking it.
Well, you're going to have to be ready for a very long time. It's just not going to happen, my dude.
I respect that. Very much respect. So yeah, I mean, in terms of bad qualities, from what I know, you have very few. You seem like a very well-meaning person, so I don't think you're a bad person.
Hey, while you're down there with my ego, you mind getting the balls too?
Oh, dude, believe you me, I will do no sort of dick stroking or sucking for anybody. Like, if you were a shitty person, I'd tell you. You know.
Would this podcast work if I was a shitty person?
I think it'd be very entertaining.
Yeah, it'd probably be more entertaining than now because we're just two edgy do-gooders.
Yeah, like, we would fucking butt heads all the time if you were a bad person. Speaking of which, holy shit, thank you for reminding me of this situation that went down last night because, damn, one of our managers, can I say his name on here? Is that gonna affect anything? Okay, well, we'll call him, because that's what his name starts with. And
yeah.
I don't know who I'm talking about.
I'm glad you changed his name.
Enough, you know. So comes up to me tonight, right? And I'm doing what I gotta do, you know. Another day at the office.
Just say Dave. His name is Dave.
No one's gonna hear this and be like, oh, he must be talking about No one's gonna do that. So he comes up to me while I'm working, right? And he's complaining about the people that worked the shift before us, and I was like, it is what it is, man. You know, I don't really care. How did he end up jumping into this topic? Because it felt really weird, but he did have a launching pad.
It's one of his famous fucking transitions, his flawless, seamless transitions.
If you want to call it that.
There was more sarcasm in there than probably cholesterol in his veins.
Yeah. So I think I said something like, you know, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, like they're not gonna change. And he was like, speaking of change, let me talk to you about these transgenders. And I was like, T, please stop. I was like, please don't do this.
Oh.
And he was like, listen, I don't have anything against him. I'm just thinking, if you're going to go that far, just stay gay. And I was like, you can't say that, dude. Like, I'm literally sitting here telling him that I don't agree with him and that he should stop, but he just keeps going.
There's no fucking way this happened, dude.
I'm being so dead ass. I'm being so fucking real with you right now.
I'm kind of fuming, dude.
He was like, if you're going to change, just stay gay. And I was like, don't do that. And he was like, I just think that you're ruining what God gave you. And I was like, T, listen, bro. If they're an adult and if that's what they want to do, they should do it. How does it affect you at all? And he was like, well, it doesn't affect me. I'm just saying. And I was like, well, if it doesn't affect you and it doesn't affect me, why should either one of us give a fuck, right? And he was like, I guess so. I just think, and I was like, it's fine. Let it go. It's fine.
I just looked him dead in the eyes. Oh yeah? Well, I like that. That'll shut that conversation down real quick. I don't care. That will be the last time he ever speaks to me, and I would appreciate that.
It was really weird. I wasn't expecting a transphobic rant in the middle of one of my shifts. But
like, why does he think that we feel the same way as him? Like, we both walk around in more color than a lot of the women there.
Right. Like, I wouldn't say I walk around in too much color.
Well, you wear like bright yellow shirts, bright orange shirts.
Sometimes, but mostly black. But yeah, you know, like I feel like just from having a casual conversation with me or you, it should be very obvious to tell that we're not alt-right types at all. Don't know how that goes over his head, but I hope he knows now that I'm not like that, so he won't do that to me again. It's really uncomfortable. Yeah, his whole argument was that, like, oh, you're ruining what God gave you. And I didn't say it because I didn't think of it at the time, but after having the conversation with him and after he walked away,
it's like,
I was thinking,
I don't believe in that shit.
I was like, okay, let's say, hypothetically, there is a God. Wouldn't part of them, or, like, part of whoever like is wanting to transition, wouldn't that part of their brain that's telling them that they feel like a different gender,
wouldn't that also come from that God?
Wouldn't that have been given to them by the same God that you're saying is, oh, it's so wrong to go against him to change what he gave you? But
that's why religion is so paradoxical, because they say that everything is predetermined. Like they're not all of them believe in predetermination, which is the idea that all your like your fate was decided before, right. Like you have no control. But how can you believe in predetermination and then also believe in free will?
Yeah, it was like I was telling you the other day. It was like, I'm like, no disrespect to anybody who has religious beliefs. Like, I feel like if you...
Right, there's nothing wrong with religion.
If it makes you happy, then go for it by all means. I love it for you. But when you get into the territory of, like, trying to use religion to determine what other people aside from you do with their lives, there's so many mental fucking gymnastics that you have to do to try to like be like, oh well, you can't do that because God says it's wrong. Well, okay, if God is all knowing and he knew I was going to do this, why did he make me in this fashion where I was going to do something like this? You know, and then you bring up the argument, oh well, he gave you free will, blah blah blah. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that the mentality I have, because you don't just do things because, you know, that's what you want to do. You do things because you have a certain mindset that I believe you develop over being raised in any particular environment, but if there's a God, he also puts you in that same environment where you got your mindset from. That determines your actions. So you have to jump through so many hoops to try to be like to get on your high horse and talk down to people and use religion as a justification. Like, just shut up, dude. Just shut up.
Yeah, I'm very much a live and let live kind of person. The only time that changes is if people get hurt.
Literally, yeah. But it goes back right into what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. Like, if it's not hurting anybody, do what the fuck you want. I don't care. If you're not hurting anybody else, like if you decide to do something and it's hurting yourself, I would say not to do it. But at the end of the day, that's your decision to make.
I think you should only intervene when I feel like if someone wants to do something they know is going to hurt themselves, 9 times out of 10 you should just let them do it and learn their fucking lesson, or whatever comes of it comes of it. It's the people who can't necessarily understand the full consequences of the actions,
right?
That's when you should intervene.
Right.
But I'm 100%. I'm kind of a Darwinist. I feel like dumb people should do dumb things and win stupid prizes for for doing those things. And by stupid prizes, I mean, look, if you're going to stick your fucking finger in an electric outlet, then you probably don't need to be a part of society.
Yeah, you probably should.
Like, if you're an adult, I'm saying. If you are a generally, let's say, a standard adult, you have standard intelligence. You know better, but you do it anyways. That's on you, dude.
1000%. I just couldn't put it better anyway myself.
I can't. This sounds so condescending. I cannot understand how stupid some people are, whether it be on the road or even at work. I don't understand the lack of understanding, essentially. And I think it is just because I've always been able to grasp things quickly. So for people who don't do that, people who have different understandings, I have a difficult time seeing that.
I feel you. I mean, shit, dude, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like,
it's just,
again,
I hate...
You can't really change people. You can't force people to change.
But God, if I could, man. If I could, I would just... You're smart now. You're faster. Your legs are longer. And just be changing shit left and right.
I mean, I feel you. And, if in a perfect world, you would be able to do something like that. But since we can't, there's no reason to stress about it. Fuck it. Why am I going to waste my mental energy or sacrifice my happiness because of people outside of my body doing stupid shit? Whatever.
Yeah. Fuck it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So, I want to end this on a lighter topic. It's really short. It's the age-old question. How do you feel about traps, Elijah?
I don't like PPs, dude. Again, I'm a very simple man. I'm not very complex. I don't like wieners.
So if you don't see the penis, but you know it's a trap, that's okay?
No. Well, I mean, it's okay for somebody else, but for me, no. You couldn't be like, this drawing of a little cat girl, it has a wiener underneath that dress. How do you feel? And I'd be like, please stop showing me this.
Okay, what if I showed it to you and then you liked it and then I told you there was a wiener under the dress?
Then I would immediately dislike it. And not for any like, I don't like when men dress like women. Not for any reasons like that. It's just like, I mean, it's different to like it. I guess saying I like it would be different. If you showed me a picture and I was like, that's attractive, and then you were like, that's a boy, it has a penis, then I'd be like, nice drawing, no longer attracted though.
I got you. I mean? You didn't have to really rationalize it for me, but I appreciate the fact that you did.
You're welcome. Yeah. So
no.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with traps. I just don't find them sexually arousing.
But is it gay though?
Yes.
Final answer?
Definitively yes.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, like... fuck you! How could you justify it not being gay?
No, it's okay. I said it's over. We don't have to discuss this.
No, because I'm here for it now.
No, don't put no. This isn't an argument that I can win.
No. Because there are people out there who genuinely argue that traps aren't gay.
Well, I don't think it is.
Nope. And I'm cutting it right here because all of you are wrong, and I'm gonna prove it.
No.
Let's get ready for it. You ready? So here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing, fellas.
But if it looks like a girl...
Hold on, stop. And I say fellas because it's only you dudes that I see doing this. I don't
Bailey,
see the
come
ladies
here.
doing this.
Bailey, come here.
Bailey, I'm going to yell at you.
Nope. I need... Are you still in the tub, Bailey? Fuck, okay. I don't have any backup. Damn it.
Okay, well, you get to do this solo dolo then.
Okay.
Listen, let me put you in a scenario. And, let's make this reality, right? So we take a trap from whatever fucking anime that you want to fucking talk about. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I can. Go ahead.
So we take that fucking trap and we place them here in reality, in real life.
Yes.
And let's say that you pursue this person sexually.
Mm-hmm.
Up until this point, you could argue that it's straight. I would argue that it's straight. However, the moment you get into the bedroom with said trap and the clothes come off and you see a penis, if you continue to go through with the action, nothing wrong with it.
You're just a man. You're a real man because it's a feminine body and you're taking control. You're a man. It's not gay.
We're going to get there. You're going to let me finish and then
it's not gay, dude.
If more power to you if you would like to continue. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it is gay. You are
There is no stopping this train.
You are aware of the penis now and it's gay.
Now, but if you can't see it, that's all I'm saying.
Not seeing it and not knowing are two different things, CK. If I all right, new scenario.
Okay.
I find a picture of a trap and you're unaware of it. You're not okay. You don't know it's a trap. I show you it. I'm like, "Hey CK, what do you think about this?" And you're like, "Wow, that's attractive." At that point, arguably straight. I would say definitively straight, actually.
Okay.
But after that point, I'm like, "Yeah, that's a trap. It has a penis." If thereafter you're like, I'm still attracted and I would put my penis inside of that drawing, I would be like, again, more power to you. Feel free to do whatever you want, but that is gay.
I don't think it is.
You can't see the penis, but you know it's there, so therefore it is gay.
No, it's not. You don't understand.
It's gay, dude.
Nah, it's not.
And also, while we're here, I want to make a very clear and obvious point that, just in case anyone missed it, traps are completely different from people who are transgender.
Right. I feel like, yeah, we're specifically referring to hentai.
Right. Like, if you are a trap, being a male, still identifying as a male in female's clothing. Transgender, if you transitioned into a woman, you are a woman. If you have sex with a transgendered woman, they are still a woman. It is still straight. Having sex with a trap is not straight. That is still a male identifying human just wearing feminine clothing. That's gay, dude. Which, again, it's okay.
We'll agree to disagree.
It's okay for you to be wrong. I don't mind.